Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Bushnell Prairie City High School. It's time for IESA postseason volleyball, 7th grade action. Here this afternoon as it's the play-in game for the 5-team regional. The 4th and 5th seed will be playing for a chance to get to move on to Tuesday night, where the winner will play in Colchester against West Prairie High School, or West Prairie Junior High, I should say, middle school, as they call it. So West Prairie Middle School will play host in Colchester at the middle school for the Tuesday night game, and then if West Prairie wins, it'll be back there again the Thursday night for the regional final. Again, this is North Fulton, the Wildcats, and their 7th grade squad are here in Bushnell to play the Spartans of Bushnell Prairie City. You can see the Wildcats logo and the Spartans logo and the scoreboard at the bottom. This is IESA 7th grade regionals. This is the only sport as of now that has a regional of any kind. We're about a minute and a half away from getting ready to go here for this 7th grade contest. Again, it's just 7th grade today. Nobody else playing today, so it's just these girls. They have the court all to themselves, so to speak, and the cameras are all on them for this afternoon event. You're listening and watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back right after this.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helped me reach peak performance
in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. The pregame show brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice little wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights or game afternoons in this case, you can check out all the TSSR Game Time Live events presented by MDH on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Shanti Willie, who happens to be Natalie's mom, is working there today, and I understand they may be having a little bit of a watch party at JoJo's, so make sure you go join the fun at JoJo's today, as we are just about ready to get underway here with the start of the day.
All right, we will do the anthem before the game here.
So we're gonna let the national anthem play here, as we have only this one game this afternoon. So national anthem is in the books, and we'll be getting ready to go here with volleyball action. Only 7 players dressing for the Spartans this afternoon. Looks like there's a few more on the roster. Oh, there's 8 and 8, so we should be right on the little elbow rub there for North Fulton and the Wildcats. For BPC, starting will be number 12. That's Destiny Sykes. Number 21, Natalie Willie. Number 14 is Addison Mason. Number 33 is Joe Haga. Number 24 is Caroline Spangler. And number 40 is Taylor Linder Howell. Back to serve first for the Wildcats. It's going to be number 3, I think. Serve is going to go out of bounds. It was actually number 5, Emma Probin. So it'll be a point for BPC and a serve for BPC. Serves over and out. A point for BPC again. It's 2-0 BPC as Haga is back to serve for the Spartans. Also on the floor, number 33, Izzy Gerard. It is a point, an ace for Haga. She's got 2 service points here, and the Spartans lead 3-0. Also back there is number 3, Maya Brenner. It'll get pushed over by Probin. Now it's going to be Caroline Spangler bumping it across. It's going to come across and fall. It was the setter, I believe, Probin, who knocked that across. A side out for the Wildcats as they trail 3-1. Back to serve is number 3, Brenner. No, it's not number 3, excuse me. It's number 18, Rianne. Well, I was wrong again. It's number 10, Taylor Morey. Taylor Morey serving for the Wildcats. These numbers are not very easy to see. I apologize. This is an ace. 2 straight service points. And we're knotted at 3. Linder Howe's going to dig it. It's going to be Sykes. Crossed by Haga. Now it's bumped up and in. It falls in. That bump across was by Morgan Guppy. It's another point for the Wildcats. 4-3. They lead now on 3 straight service points by Taylor Morey. Willie comes up to grab it, and then it's going to be Linder Howell who hits it into the net. Mason can't get it to go over. Another point for the Wildcats. Deep serve, and Destiny Sykes was there. Natalie Willie came in and hit it, and it's an ace. Another point. Make it 5 straight service points for Taylor Morey. Haga's going to push it right straight over, and that'll fall in. Not the most exciting offense, but effective nonetheless as Haga gets it to fall in, gets the side out. And back to serve for BPC will be number 24, Caroline Spangler. Go far side to Morey. And then a hitting error by number 17, Morgan Guppy, is going to result in a BPC point. Spangler will get her first service point. 6-5, BPC trails by 1. Nice low serve. Across the net it comes. Mason's going to push it right back across. A set is going to fall to the floor. It was a set for number 18, Rhiannon Freehill. But it falls to the floor, so another point. And a service error for BPC results in a side out. Back to the Wildcats, which also gives the lead back to the Wildcats, 7-6. Back to serve is number 17, Morgan Guppy, and it's a service error right back the other direction. Point to BPC. We're knotted back at 7 again. Linder Howell's serve is an ace. BPC retakes the lead. 8-7. Next serve is high into the net by Gerard, and she's just unable to control that. A second point for Linder Howell. And it's 9-7, BPC with the lead. And that was going to be deep and out. Side out to the Wildcats. 9-8 the score. And Freehill on to serve for the Wildcats. Checking in for North Fulton, number 21, Lillian Knox. Serve right down the middle, and BPC starts to fight over it a little bit. Spangler ultimately got it. Linder Howell tried to save it. We're knotted at 9 as Gerard gets the first service point by somebody not named Amori for North Fulton. That one's going to be out of bounds. Hits the referee, in fact. Side out to BPC. Next to serve for BPC will be Addison Mason, number 14. Guppy playing middle back. Receives the serve. Then it's Probin who gets it set to Gerard. And it goes off the pass attempt out of bounds, so it will be a point for the Wildcats. They'll take and knot it at 10. Now back to serve will be number 3, Maya Brennan. An ace gives her team an 11-10 lead. Brennan's next serve. Willie gets it. It's going to be Sykes knocking it across, and it's going to fall. A kill for Destiny Sykes and a side out for BPC. Knots it, brings it to 11-11. Natalie Willie serving for BPC. That's going to come across. That's going to go back across the end of the net. Sure who that was. I believe it was number 21, Lillian Knox, who hit that into the net, a hitting error. And BPC takes a 12-11 lead. Spangler knocks it across. And another point for BPC, 13-11. Well, I guess it was out of bounds, so scratch that. Side out to North Fulton. Serving for North Fulton is Gerard. It's out. Service error. Side out back to BPC. They lead 13-12. And a service error for Destiny Sykes. Another side out for the Wildcats. Knots the score back at 13 apiece. And a service error that time for the setter for the Wildcats, number 5, Emma Probin. Checking in for BPC is going to be number 8, Callie English. Back to serve will be Haga. Haga's overhand serves into the net. Service error, side out, knotted at 14 now. Underhand serve. English tries to come up and get it, can't get there. And it's a point for the Wildcats, number 21. Lillian Knox gets her first service point. Under Howell bumps it up. Mason sends it across. Probin gets it. Now it's going to be bumped back across. Haga with it, and a passing error results in another point for the Wildcats. Lillian Knox has her second service point. And it's 16-14. BPC trails North Fulton. Haga is going to overpass it, but it falls in as Probin and Freehill can't communicate. And a side out to BPC. They trail by 1, 16-15. Back to serve is Spangler. Rides up on Knox. It's going to be bumped across by Guppy, and it falls to the floor. Another side out for the visitors. And it will be back to serve now. Morgan Guppy for North Fulton. We're in set number 1. Best 2 of 3 goes on in regional competition. For the loser, the season is over. Another passing error, and that will make Guppy her first service point. And it'll give a 3-point advantage now, 18-15, for the Wildcats. And the front row, who's playing super deep, just ran out of the way, and Haggock had to come flying up to try and get it. An ace for North Fulton and a timeout for BPC. I'm going to bring you this contest on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It is Bushnell Banking Center. Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services. For all of your banking needs, come visit a bank-of-friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good Luck Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is a equal housing lender and a member FDIC. And Hensley Grain in rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District, and especially Spartan Athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021, and enjoy your shortened athletic campaign. So after the timeout, Guppy serves again. Her second service point. And the BPC now trails 20-15. Back to serve again. That's short. It's passed over by Willie. Now Freehill is going to get it up. Can Gerard get it across? She cannot. It'll be a side out to BPC. Closes the gap to 20-16. Linder Howell now back to serve. Checking back in for BPC, number 12, Destiny Sykes. Linder Howell to serve. Over it goes. Dug by Probin. And it'll fall to the floor. That was not Probin. It was number 3, Brenner, who received a serve. Now it's going to be deep this time. That's going to be Knox, who gets it up to Probin, who's going to be hit, but a hitting error for Gerard. Another point for BPC. They've closed the gap to 2, as Linder Howell has 2 service points here. That makes 4 on the game. That's an ace. Cuts it to 1. $20-19 is the score. And a service error. Hits the official in the after end. Did you get that on camera, Miles? 21-19. Back to serve will be Rhiannon Freehill for North Fulton. Mason receives the serve, then some passing errors later, and it's another point for North Fulton. 22-19 is the score. Freehill to serve again. Off to the right, it's going to be a service error out of bounds. Side out to BPC. They trail by 2 here in set number 1, 22-20. Mason's serve is Guppy, and it's going to be knocked over by Probin. Now it's going to go over by Haga. Probin's going to set. No, she's going to set it across. Linder Howell to Willie, who bumps it across. Now it's going to be set up Not sure what Gerard was trying to do there, but a hitting error nonetheless closes the gap to 1 as Mason gets the service point. Overhand receive of the serve. It's going to have to go probe and put it across. She does, but it's going to be out of bounds. And it's knotted at 22. And a timeout's going to be charged here to North Fulton. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Helping to bring you this contest is Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. Stop by the main branch, 44 East Main Street in Bushnell, or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. And Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda will wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store, will be celebrating 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and the best in-home appliance repair in the area. Mason's serving again, and that time it's going to be a service error, serving it out, and that's going to give a 23-22 lead to North Fulton with the serve. Back to serve for North Fulton is Maya Brenner. And a sub coming in, checking in for North Fulton is Taylor Morey. She replaces number 21, Lillian Knox. Brenner's serve is up by Haga. Now to Linder Howe. Now it's going to go crossed by Sykes. Probin is going to push it across. Right back on an over ball by Haga. And then it's going to be hit across by number 10, number 10 is Morey. And a point for North Fulton results in a set point for the Wildcats. 24-22, set point on the way. Haga has to get there. She did. She got it across and sent right back. Now Willie pushes it across. Freehill gets it up, and it's going to fall. And BPC lives to fight another point here as it's a side out to BPC. They trail by 1. The next point for North Fulton. This serve has to be in. Natalie Willie, a chance to extend the game here for BPC. Nice serve. It's going to be Morey, and Morey can't control the serve. It's knotted at 24. We're going to overtime here in set number 1. 24-24. Of course, winning team has to win by 2 here. Has to win by 2. So Willie, a chance to give the Spartans their first lead since early in the contest. Morey, a good set this time. Probin's going to set it up across. Haga's going to push it back. And then, again, Gerard can't control the hit. Just gets a little discombobulated, and BPC has a 25-24 lead. Willie serving set point for BPC. Serve is up. Gerard again, now Freehill. It's got to go across by Brenner. Can she get it there? She cannot. Set 1 is going to go to BPC. Come from behind victory for the Spartans, 26-24 in set number 1. BPC is 1 set away from moving on here in regional competition. So we'll reset the clock to 0, or the score to 0, 1 set to none, BPC, and we'll take a break. We'll be back right here in just a couple minutes on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. Set number 1 in the books, 26-24 BPC. Well, we still have a minute and a half left on the clock, but it looks like we're ready to go here nonetheless. As it'll be BPC to serve. Haga will be back to serve first for the Spartans. Maybe we reset the clock. The official is checking the lineups to make sure the lineups are correct from the scorebook, and he'll come out and check them on the floor. This game being brought to you by Country Financial agent Shelley Poston. See Shelley Poston at Country Financial to learn more about protecting the things that mean the most in your life and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Shelley Poston today at Country Financial, 309-772-3003. And Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. Second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC athletics. Haga's first serve is good, and BPC takes the early lead in set number 2. Stop and see Danny or Travis, Route 41 South Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. Back over it goes. And a bad pass is, a nice up and over by Geppy for North Fulton. Oh, nope, they're going to say who was in the net. An illegal hit. An illegal hit on North Fulton is what they're calling, so a point for BPC. And BPC will lead 2-0. Haga's overhand serve comes across. It's going to fall for an ace. Poor communication there for North Fulton, and they trail 3-0 in set number 2. Haga's next serve is deep. Freehill's going to get it. It's going to go to Probin, and she's going to set Gerard, and Gerard is going to get it to fall in. A kill for, that's Guppy, not Gerard. A kill for Guppy, and a side out for the Wildcats. Back to serve will be the setter, number 5, Emma Probin. And a service there is going to send it right back to BPC. 4-1, they lead. Back to serve for the Spartans is going to be number 24, Caroline Spangler. BPC leads 4-1. They're up 1-0 here in regional opening round action. Spangler's serve is deep. It goes to Gerard. Probin sets it up, but it's going to set up to BPC. Mason sets it to Linder House. She's going to do an overpass. Now it's going to be over by Guppy. Now Linder House is going to send it back across. And again, Gerard from the back row hits overhand, and into the ground it goes. A point for Caroline Spangler and another point for BPC. They're up 5-1. Just barely over the net, and then the overpass is going to go way too deep as Guppy got to it, but couldn't do anything with it. And another point for BPC. Makes it 7-1, and a timeout for North Fulton. I'm going to bring you this contest. Square Music Company. Square Music Company offers instruments, gear, lessons, services, and more. Located at 122 Northside Square in Macomb. Call the Macomb store at 309-431-5484. You can also visit the Quincy location at 725 North Hampshire Street. You can also find them online at squaremusic.com. And McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Spartan student athletes and the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. So it's still Spangler serving. She serves 3 straight points for BPC. And a nice deep serve just eats up Brenner. It just soared on her. She couldn't get to it. Caroline Spangler serves her 4th straight point, and BPC now finds themselves up 8-1. Again, the winner of this match this game goes to in a service error. Winner of this match goes on to play West Prairie on Tuesday night at West Prairie. That game will also be here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Back to serve for the Wildcats is number 10, Taylor Morey. She served 5 points in the first set, and we're going to call an illegal hit, a lift on the setter, Emma Probin, and she'll get no points that time for Taylor Morey, and that'll put Linder Howe back to serve for BPC. 9-1, BPC with the serve and the lead. A serve that's in, I think. It is an ace for Linder Howe. And BPC finds themselves up 10-2. 1-0. BPC with the lead in the sets and lead in this particular game. Over. Now, Natalie Willie with the kill and a point for BPC. Natalie Willie on the overpass hopped right up, knocked it down to the right side, and BPC leads 11-2. Linder Howe back to serve again. She's served 2 straight service points now for the Spartans. Checking in for the Wildcats, number 21, Lillian Knox. Deep serve as Gerard gets there, and nobody else can. It goes right at Gerard. And BPC leads 12-2. Both these teams, I believe, looking for their first victory of the year. And another serve and an ace for Linder Howe. And it's 13-2. Replay. Another deep serve. That was Knox struggling. Another point for BPC. And a service error is going to end that run, but 5 straight points for Linder Howe, and a side out allows North Fulton the opportunity to get back in here. As back to serve is number 17, Morgan Guppy for the Wildcats. A deep serve. Linder Howe gets it up. Haga is going to push it across. And it's going to be out of bounds, just barely, but a point for the Wildcats. Guppy gets the point for the North Fulton squad. Their first service point of the game, actually, and it's 14-4. Linder Howe up. Sykes. Now Willie's going to send it way deep out of bounds. And another point for the Wildcats. 14-5 now the score. Set number 2, BPC up 1-0. Set number 1, 26-24. And Linder Howe goes after it. Can't really handle it. Another point for Guppy. That makes 3 service points for Guppy here in this set. I'll go overhand again. That was very close to being out, but too close for Linder Howe to let go. And it's going to be 14-7. Lead is cut in half now. And a timeout called by BPC coach Jess Schwindow. And we'll take a break as well. We'll be right back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Welcome back to BPC High School. BPC was up 14-2. A side out made it 14-3. And now 4 straight service points. I didn't write the last one down for Guppy. And it's cut in half. Now Linder Howe's overhand reception of the serve goes too close to the net. And it's close. One more point, 14-8. Now Guppy's going to send it short, and then Haga and Sykes fight over it. And another point, another service point. And we're down to 14-9. What was an 11-point lead is dwindled to 5 now. Now Sykes gets it. Willie tries to get there. Can't do it, and it's 14-10. 7 straight service points for Guppy. And that one's going to go over by Linder Howe. Makes it 14-11. Guppy's going to serve again right at Linder Howe would be my guess. That one's out, though. Side out to BPC. So 7 straight service points for Morgan Guppy. But BPC's got to serve back finally. 15-11, they lead over North Fulton. Mason's serve is tried to be received by Brenner, and she couldn't handle it. It's a point for BPC as Mason serves her second service point of the contest, first of set number 2. Next serve, that's right down the right line. It's going to be received by Knox. Probin sets up the pass, and then Gerard's going to knock it out of bounds on a hitting error. Makes it 17-11 BPC. Mason's next serve coming. Again, Knox sets it up. Probin gets it up in the air. Gerard's going to hit it across. Linder Howe's there, and it hits the ceiling. That's going to be over and out because it hit the ceiling on the way over. So a side out to the Wildcats. They trail 17-12. Back to serve will be Rhiannon Freehill. Her serve is short. Haga's going to be there. Now Willie, and Willie's going to push it across. Knox digs it, but unable to get a good pass. With a pass in air as Probin couldn't get to it. A kill by Willie. A point for BPC, and back to serve is number 21, Natalie Willie. And she's going to serve underhand, and it's going to go short. It's going to be Brenner. Probin with the set. It's not a good bump set, and it's going to go out of bounds. Another point for BPC. Make it 19-12. The lead back up to 7 for the Spartans. They are up 1-1. Winner of this game, this match, if you're old school, goes on to play West Prairie on Tuesday night. And now, again, a little miscommunication and another point for Natalie Willie. That'll be her third. (20-12) is the score. It was 20-15 North Fulton in the first set. BPC came back, so this is not over. Brenner with the set. Probin with the, with the set. Brenner with the serve receive. And then Gerard gets the kill, a side out to to North Fulton, and back to serve is Maya Brenner. Again, it's 20-13. Willie comes up and just takes a big-time whack at it. It's out of bounds, and Brenner gets a service point here in set number 2, closes the gap to 20-14. And that's a service error. It rolled off the end of her fingers before she hit it underhand. Side out to BPC. 4 points away from advancing in regional competition here are the Spartans of BPC. Back to serve is Destiny Sykes. Her underhand serve goes across the net. It's going to be knocked over by Knox. Set up by BPC. Back across it goes, and it's going to come right back again. I believe that was Gerard that hit it across, and a side out to the Wildcats. It's 21-15. Back to serve will be Gerard for the Wildcats, number 33, Izzy Gerard. Well, they're going to check rotation here. Brenner served last time, so I think it is Gerard who, if the rotation was the same as last game. She's the right server, that's what I thought. So Gerard back to serve. Gerard had 1 service point in set number 1. BPC leads 21-15. They're 1 point farther ahead than North Fulton was when BPC came back in the last game. There's a nice bump. And then Spangler tries to attack but hits it into the net, a hitting error. And it's 21-16. Gerard back to serve again. Deep serve, and then both Willie and Mason overrun it. And it's 21-17. And another ace, and they've cut it to 3. Linderhau's going to bump it across and in the net. How do you not call that in the net? It's out of bounds anyway as Probin went up to get it. A side out to BPC. It's 22-18. Back to serve is Haga for the Spartans. A drop. Knox is going to get it up. Freehill's going to come to it along with Guppy, but they can't get there. And it's 23-18. And Haga's very short serve. Guppy came up and got to it, but hit it right into the net. And BPC has set and game point here for a chance to move on to regionals, and it goes into the net, a side out on a service error. And back to serve. The next change of possession is a win for BPC, so they have to score at least 5 here to close this gap. It's Probin to serve. Across it goes. Right back across it goes. Haga's going to put it across again. Knox goes back across again. Haga's going to go back across again. Brenner has it. Now Guppy puts it across. That time it is Caroline Spangler with the kill, and BPC gets the 25-19 win, and they will advance in regional competition, getting their first win of the year as they beat North Fulton 25-19 here in set number 2, a 2-set-to-none game win for the Spartans. Having to bring you this contest here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is United Community Bank. Also MTC Communications. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2021. MTC Communication offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough County, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. And the commercial news brief, or community news brief. The community news brief is a free publication distributed to over 68 locations in Bushnell, Macomb, Colchester, Industry, Adair, and more towns throughout the area. It provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To submit a press release or to get advertising information for the locally owned publication, contact Lynn at 309-333-8245 or email communitybrief@gmail.com. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back with some service point stats right after this here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. The net is coming down. This match is over. BPC earns the opportunity to play West Prairie on Tuesday night in Colchester. Again, that will be in Colchester because there's a high school boys game at the high school in Scioto. So it will be in Colchester, West Prairie versus BPC. You'll be able to see that right here on, and everybody's waving as we talk here, but you'll be able to see that right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It'll be, of course, on our Hewlett Publi Pro LLC YouTube page. All of our fine events will be found there. You can go back and watch them there as well. Service points for this contest: 3 total points for Maya Brenner for North Fulton, 1 for Freehill, 3 points for Girard, 9 service points for Guppy, 2 service points for Knox, and 5 service points for Maury. For BPC, 2 service points for Addison Mason, 3 service points for Natalie Willie, 6 service points for Caroline Spangler, 7 service points for Joe Haga, and 10 service points for Taylor Linder Howell. And that's the scoring for the Spartans, who get their first win of the year when it matters the most. Win or go home time, and they go on. They win. They move to the regional semifinal against West Prairie at West Prairie Middle School in Colchester. Again, I believe that's a 5:30 p.m. start, on Tuesday. You can watch that game right here on TSSR. Game Time Live presented by MDH. So for everybody that's been hanging out and watching us today, for Miles, who's been on the camera all day, I greatly appreciate it. I'm Dwayne Hewlett. Thanks for watching. We have 3 games on Monday. We have 3 games on Tuesday. We have 1 game on Wednesday, and we have 3 more games on Thursday. A busy week to close out the winter, quote-unquote, sports season here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. A lot of new stuff coming as well. We've got a great co-op going with the Ag Co-op class, selling advertising for us, and we're working on something with the Booster Club. They'll be doing some ad sales for us as a way to earn, as a fundraiser for them as well. So a lot of great stuff. We'll tell you more about that at the first of the weeks. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll talk to you again very soon here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.